Hook. For an entire year, a group of friends planned the perfect escape. The destination was a luxury resort in Cancun, but the real goal was much simpler: sun, sand, and absolutely no children. It was meant to be a rare chance for these mothers to unwind and reconnect. But just 1 week before their flight, one friend made a decision that would turn a dream vacation into a bitter battleground, proving that sometimes the biggest drama isn't left at home. Story. The plan was meticulously crafted, born out of a shared desire for a genuine break. 4 friends, a beautiful resort called Cancun Dream Natura, and one simple rule: no kids. For the mothers in the group, this was a golden ticket: a week without early bedtimes, without temper tantrums, without the constant demands of parenthood. For our storyteller, the only one without children, it was a precious opportunity to spend quality time with her friends, just as friends. No more cutting conversations short for a scraped knee or ending a night out early for a babysitter. This trip was for them. They talked about it for months. They imagined long, lazy days on the beach, cocktails in hand, with no one throwing sand in their drinks. They pictured late nights spent dancing, sharing stories, and eating at restaurants that didn't have a kids' menu. The anticipation was a bright spot in their busy lives. And then, with only a week to go, the plan fractured. One of the friends sent a message. She was bringing her 10-year-old daughter. The reason given was simple, and to the rest of the group, deeply frustrating. The woman could never tell her child no. The group had seen this pattern before and had even discussed this exact scenario. They had warned her beforehand, making it clear that if she chose to bring her daughter, the rest of them would not be changing their plans. The entire point of the trip was to be child-free. To say our storyteller was annoyed would be an understatement. The vision of a relaxing, adult-focused getaway began to blur. But the tickets were booked, the resort was paid for, and there was nothing to be done. She took a deep breath and decided to make the best of it. After all, 2 of her other friends were still coming child-free, and they were all in agreement. The mission had not changed. They arrived in paradise and the division was immediate. The 3 friends without a child slipped easily into vacation mode. They found a spot on the beach, ordered drinks, and let the sound of the waves wash over them. They ate incredible food at their leisure, stayed up late sharing laughs, and danced the night away at the resort's club. They were doing exactly what they had set out to do. Meanwhile, the 4th friend's experience was vastly different. She was tethered to the whims of her 10-year-old. While the others were soaking up the sun, she was at the pool's splash pad. While they were enjoying a quiet dinner, she was navigating a child's picky appetite. The frustration began to build, and she didn't hide it. She complained to the others that she couldn't do what they were doing, that she was missing out on the fun. Now, you might be thinking the other friends were cold, that they excluded her. But that wasn't the case. They extended invitations constantly. Come to the beach with us, they'd say. Join us for a drink at the bar. Each time, the answer was the same, a tired refrain. I can't. My daughter wants to go to the arcade, or, I can't. My daughter wants to go to the kids' club. She was invited, but she never accepted. Her child's desires always came first. The tension simmered beneath the surface of the sunny Mexican landscape for the entire trip. The vacation ended not with a bang, but with a quiet, awkward fizzle. The long journey home was thick with unspoken resentment. Just as the 3 friends began to decompress, their phones buzzed simultaneously. It was a message, but not from their friend. It was from her fiancé. The text was a blistering attack. He called them terrible friends. He accused them of being selfish and cruel. How dare they not revolve their entire trip around his partner and their child? He wrote that his fiancé had a miserable time, and it was entirely their fault. The accusation was stunning. Our storyteller, who had tried so hard to salvage the trip, felt a line had been crossed. She had always made it a point to never comment on how her friends parented their children. But this was different. This was a direct assault on her character. And here's where it gets interesting. The child in question wasn't just any 10-year-old. In the private opinion of the other friends, she was profoundly spoiled. Having never been told no, she had become entitled and demanding. This was a stark contrast to the other children in their friend group, who were known for being polite, well-behaved, and understanding of boundaries. This context made the fiancé's message all the more infuriating. Our storyteller decided she had to respond. She typed out a message, her words sharp and clear. She reminded him that the trip had been planned a full year in advance with a specific, agreed-upon rule. She pointed out that they were only told about the child coming a week before they left. To expect 3 other people to cancel their plans, change their reservations, and completely alter the nature of a long-awaited vacation was, in her words, not fair to us at all. She ended her message with a blunt truth. That is a you problem, not ours. The final, crucial piece of the story came to light then. This wasn't a situation where a babysitter had cancelled last minute or a family emergency had occurred. If that had been the case, the friends would have understood. The reality was far more telling. The fiancé had been home the entire time. The child's grandmother had been excited and fully prepared to watch her granddaughter. The only reason the 10-year-old was in Mexico was because she had a massive tantrum when she learned she wasn't going. And her parents, unable to say no, had simply caved. They had chosen the path of least resistance at home, and in doing so, had exported the conflict directly into the heart of a friendship. The fallout was immediate. The friend and her fiancé were furious, and the once solid group of 4 was now fractured, perhaps permanently. Verdict: this is a classic case of mismatched expectations and a failure to respect boundaries. While it's easy to sympathize with a